Greetings and welcome. It's my pleasure to share with you this Twitter tutorial especially prepared for the Southern Obesity Summit. The Southern Obesity Summit will be held October 5th through the 7th in Louisville, Kentucky. We'll stop right there before we go any further and into the parts of Twitter and let you understand that no matter how you say it, we're very excited to welcome you to the great state of Kentucky. My name is Jamie Sparks. I'm the Coordinated School Health Director at the Kentucky Department of Education. I also serve as the CDC 1305 co-lead here for the state of Kentucky. My email is listed there, as well as my Twitter handle, which we'll be covering of how to engage Twitter handles and use hashtags over the next few minutes. So what is Twitter? What should we know about it, and how can we use it in conjunction with this great event coming up with the Southern Obesity Summit? Twitter is a microblogging site that enables users to send tweets or messages of 140 characters or less. For those of you that are newer to Twitter, this can sometimes be one of the most challenging aspects of learning how to manipulate your message in 140 characters. We'll talk about some suggestions to do that. Who should I follow? The Southern Obesity Summit can be found, the Twitter account for the Southern Obesity can be found at Southern Obesity. All other participants coming to the Southern Obesity Summit, you can find those people using the hashtag KYSOS2014. Again, we'll go over this in greater detail in just a few minutes. What should I say? Tweet what you're learning. Your colleagues and peers will benefit and learn vicariously from your own experiences. So let's look at this in real life time and see what kind of advantages we can find to how to utilize this for peer learning, sharing, and networking. Twitter can be found at twitter.com. Once there, if you're new to this and create an account, it'll ask you for a full name, your email, and to sign up for a password. Once you click sign up, if you're a new Twitter user, then it's going to offer you suggestions of various names that have not been utilized using both your name and or combinations of your names and letters. As I mentioned earlier, my Twitter handle is simply Jamie Sparks CSH. All Twitter handles, just like with email, simply start with the @ sign. So the way to search for anyone is always to use that @ sign before their name and then their Twitter handle. We're going to go ahead and enter into my account so we can see a live account and what it looks like via online. Once I get logged into my account, as you will see, this is the home screen. So here I have a background picture, which represents our work here in the state of Kentucky with Coordinated School Health and what we call our SHAPE network, School Health and Physical Education. So that's a logo we created and use here for all of our work. You'll also see my tweet count. It keeps track of total number of tweets I've sent, the number of people I follow, and the number of followers that I have. On the top here, you'll also see notifications. Anytime someone uses your handle in a tweet, you'll get a notification letting you know that your handle had been used. Anytime that someone retweets you, we'll show you what a retweet looks like in just a minute. Or anytime someone favorites a tweet, will show up in your notifications. So it's always a way that you're notified of how people are engaging with your Twitter account and with your messages. The Discover button, we'll show you that in just a second, and also with another search feature. And then I can simply go into the Me section as I'm using this online and click, and I can look back over any tweets that I have had recently, and you can scroll back and see as far back as you want to as long as you search through that. So what I would like to do next is to go specifically into the hashtag that we see. So with a hashtag or the number sign, and I'm going to do this as we're talking through this, as I use the hashtag, I'm going to do KYSOS2014, which is the unique combination of letters and words that we're using to identify with this year's conference. So as I push enter, you'll see that there's a list that comes of anybody thus far that has used the hashtag SOSKY2014. You have, it'll list it two different ways. I'm simply going to click the all button, and that's going to give me a listing of all tweets that have occurred chronologically. So these are chronological tweets. So you'll see here that the most recent tweet came from Jessica Lawrence, who's our keynote speaker on Tuesday. And so she's sharing her reflection about getting ready to be the keynote address and giving a shout out to Louisville and the Louisville mayor there as well. So you see the Twitter handle that was used at Louisville Mayor. As you look down there here, you'll see that Prevention Partners did a tweet earlier today. And then yesterday, as I was preparing for this, I sent a number of the people in the state that I work closely with and asked them to be sure to use the hashtag just so I could use them as an example of showing how we join a conversation using this hashtag feature. So you'll see Jalen Miller there. She's one of our Humana Vitality people that work here in the state and work very closely with her. Aaron Berger is with our 1305 with obesity prevention. You see J.C. Woolley, who is our Alliance for a Healthier Generation representative here in Kentucky. And then you also see Robin Mimi Ratliff, and Mimi is a PE teacher in Louisville, Jefferson County area as well. So each of these people plan on attending the conference, and I've also kind of worked with them and recruiting each one of them to kind of help me with some of the things that we're going to be doing both before, during, and after this for further engagement. So you'll get to meet some of these people that will help you to tutor on site to further what we're talking about in this introductory video that we're doing right now. As you look down here, you will see the main Southern Obesity tagline coming in, and there you'll see the name, the Texas Health Institute, who is the sponsor of the Southern Obesity, and so then you see their Twitter name there, at Southern Obesity. So that's an example of how a hashtag works. So for instance, as you're watching this and you created your Twitter account, when you're done, it's a way to connect with people and share that you're going to be there. I can tell you that all the conferences I've attended in the last year and a half, 2 years, I always meet new people that have been introduced via Twitter prior to the conference or prior to the events. And so it is a way that you can learn from each other. And so as you're in a session and you're talking about early childhood, you can share out your reflection or take pictures from that, and other people are able to go and use that hashtag to see your conversation, to respond to your question, to respond to your reflection. And so it really is a way that allows us to interact in multiple facets over the course of the day or the course of an event. Next, I want to go straight to the Southern Obesity web Twitter account. So I'm going to go simply, and I'm using the web feature now. So as I click it, everything will be hyperlinked. So I'm simply going to click that, and there you will see the main Southern Obesity Twitter account pull up. So there, once again, just like I showed you earlier, there's the details from their picture, the number of tweets, the number of following, number of followers, and information linked to the website about the events. So here you can scroll through and see all the different conversations and different links that Southern Obesity, Michelle and Stephanie have been sharing out relating to building up conversations for each of the pillars that will be discussed during the day of the event. So as we look at that, I next want to go in and look at what that's going to look like if we're using our mobile app, which is the most common way that you're going to be interacting with Twitter. So you have many of the same features that are there. So as we look at this, here's an example of a screenshot from my Twitter account on my iPhone. So you'll see the same information, it's just in a more condensed form with the iOS format with Apple. So within that, you'll see my name, Twitter name, just like it was listed on the web page. total tweets, following, and followers. This is a screenshot from yesterday. So you'll see that JC was our Alliance for a Healthier Generation person, and I had tweeted, I had pushed the retweet button. So we'll look at that in just a second, but you'll see the little circular button right here. That is simply what we call a retweet. So if you're reading through the hashtags and you like what somebody said and you want to send it out to your followers, you simply push the little recycle button or the continuous arrows, and then that'll show up on your Twitter feed as well. The next thing, as we look at that and functionality within that, you'll also see the same things we saw down on the website. So here's a timeline, so I can go in and look at all the people that I follow. As I click my timeline, it'll go in and show me all the different people that I have been following and things that they've been tweeting about. There again, my notifications. These are direct messages that you can send using the app. We're not going to cover that in this aspect, but do know that you are able to send direct messages back and forth between people you follow and also that follow you. So if I was to go here to the search button and click the search button, and then in the search button, if I did hashtag KYSOS2014, just like we did from the website, you're going to get the same function and features that we had with your online app. And so if you're at the conference that day, you simply click that search button here on your app and type in the SOSKY2014, and then you're going to get a listing of the most recent conversations occurring the day of the conference. And so again, here you see the people that I mentioned a while ago when I was showing you the online functionality within the internet browser. To do a type tweet, this is the compose button here. So in the upper right corner, you see the little feather with a square. So you're simply going to click that to compose your tweet. And so once you hit the compose button, your screen comes up. And in order for other people to share, the hashtag is what joins or unites the conversation for other people to read. And that allows for people that don't necessarily follow you to be connected in the conversation. If you do not use hashtags, all that simply means is only the people that follow your conversations are going to readily have it. But by including the hashtag, that's joining you with anybody else at the conference that day or people that have previously engaged with the conversation. So simply type in at the beginning, end, or anywhere in the message the hashtag SOSKY2014, and then type your message. Hey, I'm really excited to be attending the Southern Obesity Summit. Again, anytime you use somebody's Twitter name, they're going to get a notification. So if you're talking with other partners or you have a state Twitter account through your agency or through your company, you certainly want to include that to further engage and let people know, and they get those alerts, in addition to letting others at the conference know what your thoughts or pictures or reflections would be, as well as asking those questions that you may want to have answered about that other people are conducting the work. That is my Twitter tutorial 101. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to email me, call me. My Twitter account, @JamieSparksCSH. Please follow me. I'd be glad to help you along. As I said, you will get to meet many of us that you saw over the course of this few minutes that will be on site to help you as well. It is a great medium, and my philosophy on Twitter is very simple. As passionate as I am about health outcomes and changing a number of those things that we're all trying to collectively work on across the South, we are all just one person in one room. But Twitter and the other social media platforms that are out there allow us to really expand our messages and expand our audiences, and really is a great advocacy tool. So thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to meeting you via Twitter and ultimately meeting you in person October 5th through the 7th in Louisville. Thank you very much.